Yes, the most impressive tool in an artist's toolkit. No, it's not stunning anatomy, color theory, or endless self-promotions to dying social media websites. This is far more of an important asset that even the mightiest of artists struggle to obtain. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the dreaded art style. Ugh. Art styles are truly the bread and butter of the professional art world, with some styles being so iconic and recognizable that they go on to define entire genres of media on their own. But that's not what us good artists should even be worried about. No. What the best artists should be all focused on instead is how we can use this phenomenon to deflect criticism. It's just my art style. You all hear me nervously saying in the corner as I'm sweating profusely. Sure, my drawing may be lacking in coherent shape design, colors tacked on like it was made by a preschooler, and overall anatomical correctness on par with a stick figure. But I assure you, deflecting all criticisms by claiming them to just be art style is a great way to make everyone appreciate it more and recognize just how much of an awesome artist you are. You should in no way realize that even though art can be subjective, there are certain aspects or fundamentals to it that can make your art more appealing on an objective level, more so than others. Good art, after all, can only be made by talented individuals, and those who don't come right out the gate creating masterpieces at age 4 are simply not born with the infinity to create great art. We should all just give up at the first trial of hardship and recognize that if you're having a hard time with drawing pretty pictures online for people to look at, that it's not a positive sign of your artist journey, but instead a tragic reminder of how imperfect you are, and thus, why even try to improve in the first place. It's not like even the best artists known to man actually had to struggle or anything to obtain their skill and polish their work in order to make them as iconic as they are today, but instead, those are the outliers that you shouldn't look towards as inspiration for how you too can eventually become good. Nah, instead, just stay stagnant and let fear rule over your passion to make what you love. I'm sure that lots of people will recognize your innate talent and genius eventually. Now that being said, let's go to the other extreme of the spectrum. Feeling extra mean today? Just go on random art forums and humbly inform the individuals there on how wrong their drawings are. Sure, this piece of art may have been made for a children's cartoon and follows the story of a young child looking to have a friendly relationship with his pet jellyfish, but I'm sure everyone in there will appreciate your brilliant insight on how obviously anatomically incorrect the character's proportions are and how there's barely any shading at all. How dare this children's comic not feature HD 4K ultrasound rendering with RTX special effects and color lighting to put even the most AAA VFX studio into financial bankruptcy? I'm sure your intense criticisms of other people's art styles will come off as caring and endearing rather than an obvious flare of narcissism to stroke one's ego. I'm sure perhaps that you could also take a different approach and carefully study the aspects of their art style they wish to accomplish, and then politely analyzing their work in order to give them a more nuanced and constructive criticism to their work. But that's for losers who actually care about helping their fellow artists improve and cultivating community. After all, it's not like art styles are the individual voice that an artist slowly develops over time. The art styles that artists come up with are a direct result of the art we personally enjoy, and that as we start off as artists, we slowly over time adopt the principles and aspects of the works we enjoy into our own style, slowly but surely creating something unique and original from those foundations. But instead, we should all be focused on creating something completely new and fresh, or nothing at all. It's not at all important to have a unique flair or style to one's work, especially in this day and age where everyone has short attention spans and standing out from the rest of the crowd is not only important but nigh near mandatory to be successful. We should all just bow down and hope that our totally special art styles will eventually attract the audience we deserve, and maybe even luckily get that scrumptious ad revenue. Being an artist isn't about the individual journey we must go on to create the aspects of life we enjoy. It's only a numbers game, where only the most unique and talented individuals are deserving of those sweet, sweet internet points that totally mean something in real life. I mean, why else would we spend hours upon hours of our life dedicated to passionately creating our dreams, each day hoping to get better and more proficient at this activity we all love, only to attempt and accept failure as an opportunity to grow and get better, hopefully and eventually being able to create something we can truly be proud to call our own. The best art styles can bring whole communities together to analyze and celebrate its craftsmanship. Mixing different aspects and characters in different art styles can be a truly awe-inspiring occurrence, with the creativity and passion on display being fully evident in its design. I, for one, could never see the potential or appeal to many individuals simply by drawing iconic characters in a different art style. That would never work. Instead, we should all look in awe as the amazing and talented works of others and hope that one day, maybe even nobodies like us can eventually aspire to their greatness. That, or we can just continue to degrade and belittle others' art online.